In this video, I talk to you about my comic book character idea. Let's go. Hello, YouTube. Axiomant here once again. And I've had an epiphany. I've had an idea. Okay, this idea has actually been long overdue. It didn't just occur to me. I've had this idea for years now. Here it is. And part of the reason why I'm making this video is copyright or trademark reasons. Because I've shared this idea with a lot of people, but I've never actually taken the steps to solidify it. So I guess maybe if I publish this on YouTube, it could work as I don't know, as a platform to say that, hey, I came up with that idea. Anyway, here it is. So I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. And anyone that's familiar with Kevin Smith, he has two superheroes that he created, him and Jason Mewes, or Jay, right? Jay Silent Bob. They smoke the ganja, the green stuff, the marijuana, and they become Blunt Man and Chronic, almost equally or somewhat the same. Like in The Simpsons, you have Duff Man, right? Who's like the sponsor of Duff beer. So I kind of combined the two, and I came up with my idea of what if I launched beer inspired superheroes? So the idea that I came up with was this: two guys, regular guys, working, a boring job, and they're at a brewery, and they just so happen to be in an unfortunate accident where a brewery explodes, or at least one of the tanks where they're sitting at explodes and splashes them with radioactive beer. Why radioactive? Who knows? It's comics, right? And our fun loving, regular dudes become superheroes. So that was the idea. And now I've actually gotten a little bit more in depth with it, a lot more in depth with it. So here's the idea: the two characters that I came up with were Dave Stein and Alex Muggs. Stein Muggs. So Dave Stein and Alex Muggs are just a couple of dudes, just like me, a lot of my friends and family who just hang out at breweries, have some beers and have some laughs, have a good time. But they were the ones chosen, or who knows, right? Who knows what caused the accident that made that brewery tank explode, and they become the heroes known as Pint and Stout. So Alex Muggs becomes Pint, Dave Stein becomes Stout, and they fight not necessarily crime, although you can consider some of them crimes, but what they fight are all the idiotic stuff that we do when we are inebriated, when we go a little too far, when we do things that we shouldn't do while drinking beer, while drinking alcohol. So that is the enemies that they fight, are the but personified into characters. Let me explain. For example, one of the enemies or one of the villains of Pint and Stout is the Greasy Gobbler. So when it's like 2 or 3 in the morning and you're not supposed to be eating that junk food, that fast food, those burgers and those fries and those tacos, as delicious as they are, um, it's bad for your health and bad for your digestion, etc., etc. That's the Greasy Gobbler. If you'll notice, the Greasy Gobbler has chicken wings or hot wings for on the feet and on the headpiece, and he's so overweight he needs to fly in order to just get around. And then we have double D's. Double D's. It's not what you think it stands for. Double D's stands for drunk drivers. I'll take this moment to say, do not drink and drive, which is why she's a villain. And not only is she a villain, but she's a witch. And if you'll notice, her broomstick is a stop sign that's been slammed into. But she also has some rather large bosoms. And the last example I'll give is this villain. This is what's known as the Brewmaster. Now, the Brewmaster, you'll notice that she has no eyes. Now, that was on purpose because the Brewmaster are the major beer companies, the craft beer brewers, all-time bane, right? All the craft brewers out there, all the small breweries that are trying to make it out there in the market. The Brewmaster is the big corporation, your Anheuser-Busch's and your Coors and your Millers. And she's there to buy up that company and totally ruin your craft beer. So she's like the Dr. Doom or like the Thanos of pint and stout. Dun, dun, dun. And I actually have a lot more villains for pint and stout, but that's my idea so far, and I've gotten quite a bit of progress done, but I'm not quite there yet. And I wanted to make this video just to share and let everyone know that it's something I'm working on. Another idea that I have is once I create the logo for pint and stout, I'm going to make coasters, and I'm going to go to every local brewery and see and ask if I could drop off my coasters there so that the patrons, anyone sitting at the bar or around the bar, can use the coaster. It'll be an actual coaster, but then on the back, it'll have the QR code for the website for pintandstout.com, and then read about our heroes, read about the villains, and have a laugh, about, beer-inspired heroes. I want to be the official creator of beer-inspired heroes, craft beer-inspired heroes, to all breweries across the nation. That's the goal. Is it an ambitious goal? Absolutely. Is it doable? Can I do it? Well, we'll see, right? But that's it for me on this one. Collect what you love what you collect, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I have one more shout out right after this part. My daughter, the artist known as Silly Katangi, is responsible for every piece of art I just showed you guys. She's also the one responsible for the Axiomat Comics logo, the little sketch of my face, which is what that is. So obviously I wanted to plug her in. She is so talented. She did every single little piece of art that you saw there. I said little, it's not little. It's amazing to me. And she's done so much more as far as some of the other pint and stout villains, and she's going to continue to do so. I'm so proud, so happy to make this a father and daughter collaboration. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it takes off. You guys let me know in the comment section if you guys think this is a good idea, but I think it is. So we'll see. Cheers.